You know when you're having one of those mornings, you know, one of those mornings when the internet's not working. Yeah, that's what I've got. On the upside, not all is lost. My phone still gets decent internet access when it's in the summer house, so it looks like I'll be spending the day primarily up here. I'm gonna go see if I can find a case for this camera, I think. Something that's quick and easy to get it in and out of. And hopefully while I'm doing that, I'll actually wake up. That would be nice. Fantastic. Fits like a glove. And doesn't interfere with my micro muffs, more importantly. Now it's time to think about having a run. I wonder if the internet's back on yet. That'll be a no then. Alright, the good news is I have woken up. Yeah, I have. And I am ready for my run. But I've been out in the summer house using my phone as mobile broadband. It has been going really, really slowly. BT are of absolutely no help whatsoever, which is not any kind of a surprise at all. Yeah, so really, I mean, I'm supposed to be talking about different charging networks, the ones I use, the ones that I think that are best. I will get to that, I will. The reason there's a bit of a sort of time pressure going on with all this is because in a minute, well, after my run, I have to go get Jasper, and then I obviously can't be up in the summer house where the internet is. I have to go back to the house where there's no internet. That's got to have been about the quickest run and shower I've ever had. When I was getting the camera case, the lady I bought it from said, I should really get a strap for this camera. I have to just be really careful not to drop it, which is tricky because for the most part I have to use it with one hand. Should we go inside? Yeah. Good news is I've got the internet working. Yay! Bad news is it's a bit of a bodge. That is connected to my mobile phone, which is up there in the summer house. That way the signal reaches around at least this side of the house. The problem is that it means my mobile phone is permanently out of action up in the summer house, and on top of that I only get 30 gigs a month of tethering allowance. So
Daddy.
yes, Jasper?
I want a little treat.
Really?
Yes, please.
All you ever want is food though.
Yes, because I'm definitely hungry after my lunch.
He's always hungry. Always. So let's have a look at the cards that I've got. Three main ones are the Ecotricity card, which I don't use that often anymore because they've got the app. Charge Your Car, which is quite handy. And an old Polar one, which I don't even, Polar Charge Master, I don't even know if this still works. So I'll put that one back because I haven't used that one for ages. And then I've got all the cards that I don't use as often. Source London, an old Ecotricity card, an old Polar Charge Master, an old Pod Point, an old Electricity, and Source East, which no longer exists. These are the three cards that I use with any regularity. Motorways, in cities and Scotland, and London specifically. Now this one, they're introducing a flat monthly fee in January, and I really don't think I'm going to bother. The problem is, I just don't use it that often, so I'm going to wind up paying pounds per kilowatt hour if I'm not careful, and I often don't really need the power when I use it, so Charge Your Car is very handy. In particular, it's handy if you're ever going to visit Scotland, because there are some quick charger gaps there, and Charge Your Car have got quite a lot of 22 kilowatts posts and also some quick chargers sort of spread throughout the various towns and villages in the Highlands. It really makes all the difference when it comes to getting around in Scotland, I've found anyway. As it's a Tesla I drive, the chargers that I use the most often are obviously the superchargers. They're also the quickest and the most reliable. This Charge Your Car one, I think you now have to pay an annual fee for it, but I got mine when it was lifetime membership for free, and they seem to be honouring that. Ecotricity is mainly the app now. which at least for me it seems quite reliable. I don't have any problem using it. It does cost something if you're not a customer. I am a customer, so I get 52 free charges a year. Because of the supercharger network, I'm very unlikely to go over that. If I had a Nissan Leaf, however, I would almost certainly go over it in the space of a few months, would be my guess. That's where this card comes in, because you can use the medium speed AC chargers for free using the card. Problem is, there aren't very many of them, unfortunately, because they make a good backup and you can sit on them for a good hour or so and get fully charged, depending on the size of your battery and the charge level in your car. Reliability is often one of the real big issues with charging networks, and I think Tesla need a special mention here. Their system seems to be incredibly reliable. I think I've only ever heard of one that wasn't working, and that's one. I've never actually seen one that isn't working. I just turn up, I plug in, boom. Now equally, Ecotricity used to be absolutely terrible, but recently they seem to be quite good. I would actually say they're approaching a state of reliability. Go back even just 12 months, I never would have thought that would be possible. Source London, well, a lot of their posts don't seem to work very well. The ones I mainly use are the ones in Westfield. I just don't think I use them often enough to warrant the cost of a monthly flat fee. I don't mind paying a bit for the electricity, but a flat fee, it's just not worth it. A whole month goes by and I don't use it. Okay, so I think I'm probably gonna see if I can sort out our internet, contact BT and plead for them to reconnect us. Actually, let's just go upstairs and make sure it's not working already. Nope, still not working. Thank God for mobile internet, that's all I'm gonna say. It's amazing, isn't it? When you have a power cut and a lack of internet, between these two things, you really do suddenly feel like you're living in the dark ages. One handy thing about Tesla is it's, I think, the only car, well, it's definitely the only car in the UK that can actually make use of basically every single charger out there. You can plug it into a 3-pin wall socket, a Type 2 socket. If you've got the CHAdeMO adapter, you can plug it into a CHAdeMO, and obviously you can use the Tesla superchargers as well. As far as I know, virtually no chargers are CCS only, so you can always plug a Tesla in. Obviously, what we need from an electric car point of view is sort of obvious. We want every car to be able to plug into whatever it wants to plug into. How we get there is the question, because it's been so far quite a fragmented infrastructure that's been built up, and these charging networks really don't help. They make it very, very difficult to know that you can use a charge point even if you have a totally compatible car. It's just a whole nother, I actually think that is the biggest barrier, is the complexity behind all of this charging network stuff. Just means that when you're trying to have a discussion with someone about how you can actually just drive anywhere you like in the UK and it's all fine, you know, the last thing you want to be doing is saying, well, you stop here, you've got superchargers, then you've got motorway quick chargers, you use an app for that, then you wind up using a charge your car, and you can use either an app or a card, and a blah blah blah. They glaze over and fall asleep long before they actually ever buy the car. So it's getting back a bit later today, so this is my idea of advanced cooking. No, that's not the right one at all. Aha! Uh-oh. I'm gonna need more water than that. Okay, good old pasta. What can I use for sauce? How are you supposed to get into this? Whoops, oh dearie me. You know when you're basically 100% sure something's not a good idea, but you do it anyway? There we go, lovely. Michelin star, here I come. Well, I hope you've all enjoyed today's vlog post. If you have, remember to like it and share it and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next installment of my daily vlog. Bye. Hopefully. because of course, without broadband, this is all going to be a bit on the tricky side. This is the BT helpline, 25 minutes in, 40 minutes, 1 hour. 2 hours that took, and still I have to phone another number tomorrow morning.